You know, anybody who surfs the web knows that there are countless websites and blogs to explore. Some are standard fare, others are creative, unique, and attract a kind of a niche audience, a user group, as it were. Our next guest runs a blog emanating from Hawaii. It's been done in Hawaii, although not everybody in the world knows that. And it's called ICANHASCHEEZBURGER. I'm going to spell it. ICANHASCHEEZBURGER.com. ICANHASCHEEZBURGER, strange name. And it's mostly about cats, I think, funny cats, if not downright really funny, silly cats. Go figure. Eric Nakagawa launched his blog about a year ago, and it's been surprisingly, amazingly successful. It typically these days receives, about 500,000 national and international hits every day. Eric Nakagawa joins us in the studio tonight to tell us the secrets of what he did and how he achieved this viral success in such a short time. Welcome to the show, Eric Nakagawa.
Hi, Jay. Thanks.
So why cats? And what's the public attraction that draws people to the site?
Well, actually, I'd like to say that the site started maybe 6 months ago, where we just did it for fun. So it was basically my partner sent me a funny picture, and it just happened to have been a cat. I mean, it's it's hard to explain, but when you see a funny joke, it doesn't really matter what sort of animal it is. Apparently, after doing some research and gathering a bunch of these images, it turned out that a lot of them happened to be cats. So it followed that if we were going to organize them, we would do them based off of whatever was available. And at the time, it was cats. So what exactly is the public's interest in this? I have no idea. I can't tell you what the essence is. I mean, there's a lot of things, and we it's kind of like the elephant story. We're trying to figure out what it is you got your hands on, and we have a lot of people that are offering opinions. But what it turns out to be is it's funny, it's easy to share, and we constantly update it. We update our site about 4 or 5 times a day. That means 4 or 5 pictures a day, and we get so many submissions. It's hard to really explain.
Well, it's the whimsy. I mean, it's whimsy, and let me take a wild guess and say whimsy, humor, this kind of pigeon talk that you've got on there. It's a little bit of a challenge, and it's unusual. It's the unusualness that makes it warm and fuzzy and friendly. No,
I would say yeah. I mean, I do think that the idea is it's novel to a lot of people, where you already think, okay, if you're a pet owner, you already talk to your animal. I mean, if you don't, you're crazy. If you do, you're normal. I mean, it just go hands in hand. You'll talk to your dog as if it's a human, and you'll start to anthropomorphize the animal as if they were a human being. And so it just follows that they would have a language. And it just so happens that the public believes that the language of cats is whatever we have, and it's constantly evolving. So a lot of people who submit stuff, I mean, we get about 500 submissions a day. So I mean, right now I have to approve about 25,000.
And you pick the ones that fit within the taste of the site.
The way it started was, no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't have anybody to really go through. We had to find them all. People started sending them in, and then we just started cherry picking. And it's become basically a cherry pick where people submit stuff. We cherry pick the best. I mean, it's hard to say what makes a good joke, but if you have a sense of humor, I think you can figure out a pattern. If you can copy that, go for it. A lot of people have tried to do that. But I think the funny thing is that now we're giving it back to the people to vote on. Sort of like if you've ever been to dig.com, which is digg.com, it's like a website where you can choose what the best thing is. And so we're using that sort of model to apply it to funny pictures. And right now people go in and they constantly spend hours on the website over, voting, and hoping that their animal will make it to the front page and be internet popular or internet celebrity for a nanosecond.
So you're drawing them in for this interactive experience.
Yeah, it's
participatory.
It started off as a blog, but in reality, it's more of a community. I mean, it's a bunch of pet owners. A lot of them at present are cat owners, and a lot of them aren't. A lot of them are just people that like humor. So it's hard to really pigeonhole who exactly comes to our website, but it's evolving into the point where we get so many different submissions for animals that aren't cats that we might just have to create a dog version of the site. I mean,
cat people and dog people are not the same, Eric. You know that.
Yeah, I don't think they are the same. I mean, I think it's different types of personalities. I don't truly understand why people choose one pet over the other. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of language evolves from the dogs.
So talk about business model for a minute. So here you have this viral thing. It's going $500,000, maybe that's $500,000 too. I don't know.
I'm not saying that.
$500,000 hits a day. How do you make a buck? Do you make a buck? I understand you do make a bit of a buck on this. What's the business model?
Well, the basic business model is that we have all these eyes, and we have the opposite problem of most businesses, which is we have this product that we want to sell. How do we get people to the site? We have the opposite, where it's like we have all these people coming. They don't stop coming, and we love it. I mean, people keep coming to the site. Now, what do we do? What can we do to actually, can we make a little bit of money off of this? Can we make a living off of this? And the answer seems to be yes. What we've done currently is placed advertisements, using the common business model you've seen on every single website out there. It just so happens that with volume comes a pretty good chunk of change. So, I mean, right now there's just two people, and if you're interested,
two people involved in making it happen. Yeah.
Two people that co-founded the site.
So you get to share the revenue. The revenue comes from advertising.
Yeah, it comes from advertising, and it just so happens that because we have such a strong following with our community, we started doing stuff for fun. For example, I just gave you guys some buttons, and these buttons are very limited. And to be honest, they're cute. I mean, it's hard to explain, but
they are cute. Here's a button with a great big hamburger, and it says "Halp!" H-A-L-P! Exclamation.
Yeah, so it's basically these funny buttons and little things like that I think kind of tie the experience together, which is sort of what we're doing. It's basically an experience around animals, with a community where people talk to each other. They vote. They feel involved. They make stuff. They keep coming back. They make friends. I mean, if I had enough resources, I would love to build it into a real community. But at the moment, it's just a blog.
Give it time. We'll follow you. We'll follow you because we think you're having a wonderful time, and the people around you are having a wonderful time, and you're spreading cheer and good happiness is what you're doing, and making some money.
Right on.
Eric Nakagawa, founder and chief cat lover at ICANHASCHEEZBURGER.